Hey, so I just got back from seeing Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and I really liked it. The main complaint that people have with like the plot and everything, I totally get. There are definitely plot holes with it. But the thing is, unlike Endgame, the movie doesn't have as much of a focus on plot, despite it definitely being a mystery movie. And it all just feels self-aware, and like it's in a way where it feels more insignificant when compared to other elements of the film. The movie is much more of like a buddy cop comedy kind of, mixed with like noir mystery, sci-fi, fantasy, action, and drama. It's very much a mishmash of genres, and I found it extremely entertaining. The movie, if I had to pick one genre, even though it's definitely always a mystery and definitely always fantasy, sci-fi, whatever, even though all the elements are always present, I felt like the one that was always the more immediate focus was comedy, despite it not being as constant as everything else, but there's just so many jokes and they all land so well. And the movie more comes off as like a comedy than anything else, but like one that has more heart and things like that, and action and other stuff in it. And it's just very enjoyable. Like I said, all the jokes land, which I felt like was the most crucial part that I wanted going in. And yes, Pikachu is adorable and the designs are great. The movie has a very flashy visual style that I quite enjoyed. The coloring is quite pleasing. The world building and the world itself are a lot of fun. It feels very lived in. And there are little coexistent jokes in it, kind of in a similar vein, but a more family friendly version of Bojack, kind of like that sort of mood for world building with the whole animals and people living together sort of thing. There are a couple of in jokes for like fans that come into play. There's also a couple of nods to the game Detective Pikachu that come into play. And even though the plot's predictable, like I said, it's not as big of a deal and it's more self aware, so it's not as big of an issue as Endgame. Plus, there aren't as many plot holes as in Endgame, and they're not as prevalent or easily detected. No pun intended. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. Ryan Reynolds is great as Pikachu, as much as everyone would love to see Danny DeVito be Pikachu. This is a fine choice. Yeah. Justice Smith wasn't as bad as he was in Fallen Kingdom. Here he was fine, though he didn't feel like a standout maybe in the way he was hoping for, but he's definitely serviceable enough to give him a pass. Yeah, a lot of the people did pretty good here. The CGI looks nice. I think it'll date fine. The action isn't very prevalent. If you're going in expecting a lot of Pokemon battles, there's only like the one in the trailer. But there is action besides that throughout the film. Although it's not nearly as frequent as its noir mystery since they're trying to piece things together. And while it is pretty predictable, it's worth going along the ride for the comedy. And cinematography is pretty good. I like the writing and directing. Of course, I like the writing since all the jokes landed really well for me. There are quite a few laughs that I found very effective to the point where everyone in my group was laughing at it long and hard. So that was pretty good. They also avoided doing easy jokes that seem like they would immediately come up that are really predictable. They avoid doing those types and decide to go for more clever jokes. The movie definitely isn't perfect. It does have flaws, but it feels objectively better than Endgame, especially when Endgame was so focused on the plot that the plot had so many holes and they're so prevalent, and the plot felt much more weighty in that one than this one. This one, it's like more of a carefree, enjoyable ride. And I feel like I got more out of this movie, especially after finishing the movie, like the post movie experience. is way more enjoyable, even if the movie itself in the moment wasn't as enjoyable as in Endgame, since Endgame was so big in scale. It's a little unfair to compare it to that. And yeah, there's a ton to like in this movie. It does everything right that it can. Well, that's a bit of a stretch. Anyways, it's a lot better than most other offerings that are adaptations from video games to movies. This seems to break the American mold of it, though I still feel that Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is the strongest video game adaptation to movie. But that's completely animated, and that was Japanese, made by the original creators and everything. But as far as American video game to movie translations, this one's definitely the best one. And I would recommend going, seeing it, and supporting it, because, yeah, I think it's really good, and there's a lot to like in here. Thanks for watching. My next review will probably be on John Wick 3, which I'm really excited for. I'm also planning on updating my review of last year's movies now that I've seen way more, but that'll be probably after John Wick 3. And I'm planning on doing a list on my favorite year in retrospect from the past in movies, which is 2014. So I'm planning on doing all that in the future. I've yet to watch The Favorite and a couple of other movies that I'd like to watch. I think I'm going to skip out on Suspiria despite having access to it and hearing that's amazing. I'm sure it is, but it doesn't seem right for me since Hereditary didn't quite sit well with me, even though I do agree that objectively it's one of the best films of last year. And I don't think I'm ready for another Hereditary. So that's why I'm skipping out on Suspiria, but after I have watched The Favorite, I think that's it for the 2018 movies I want to watch, and Favorite is one of my most anticipated ones, so I'm looking forward to that. So you can look forward to all that in the future. I am planning on doing more gaming playthroughs. I had to stop Detroit Become Human because my last stream somehow got deleted, and I can't go back through like the game process wise since I made it so far in that stream. So a lot of problems arise there, but I'm still planning on doing more gaming playthroughs. I might restart Nier Automata since I love the first game. I love the second one so far. I might go through the second one through my first time experience. Expect more movie reviews in the future. More original series. If you want to see movies, I've been making my own original movies on Cheesy Film Fest for a while now, so if you want to check out that channel, you can. Otherwise, I have like some previews of movies up on my channel here, whether it be trailers, the entirety of the Cream It TV show, and my earlier work like Night of the Alien, which was my brother's film, and my follow-up Tony Chronicles, I believe, are on this channel, although not the entirety of Tony Chronicles is on this channel. You can finish it or on Cheesy Film Fest. And yeah, I'll be planning on doing a lot more stuff in the future. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Bye.